Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, your favorite tarot reader, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be revealing your future partner. We're going to be taking a look at their physical appearance and personality. A few months ago, I did one similar to this where I looked at when, where, who. If you are interested in seeing that, you can look at that one too. I'll try to be as accurate as I can, but it is a bit tricky when reading for the collective. If you want something more personal, you can always check in with the psychic for a more in-depth description. Speaking of which, I tried a clairvoyant from Psychic Source, and yes, they're sponsoring today's video. Thank you, Psychic Source. I got matched with a clairvoyant through their site, and honestly, I wasn't expecting her to be that accurate. I gave her no personal info, just asked about my future love life, and somehow she instantly picked up that I'm already in a relationship. She literally said, "Why are you asking about the future without mentioning him?" I was literally speechless, but then I remembered that's kind of what I do too. Still a shocking experience to be on the receiving end of it. She described my future partner as someone who makes me really happy, with great communication and a bond that can handle anything. But the part that really stuck with me, she said she saw my future husband giving me purple flowers. A few weeks later, nothing happened, so I kind of forgot about it. Then we saw a tattoo promo on Instagram. My boyfriend sent me his ideas so I can book, and boom, a purple flower. Not a bouquet, but I'm definitely taking that as a sign. You can chat with gifted advisors however you're most comfortable, phone, video, or even text. Setting up my account on their website was super easy, and they have this quick little quiz that helps you find a psychic based on what you're looking for, whether it's love, past lives, energy readings, whatever. It made the whole process really personal and intentional. What sets them apart is the level of care and integrity. Only 2% of their applicants actually become advisors, so you know you're speaking to someone who's truly gifted and held to high ethical standards. And they back everything up with a no risk guarantee. If you're not happy with your last paid reading, it's free. For a limited time, you can use my code Siren at psychicsource.com when checking out, or you can just click the link in my description box below at trypsychicsource.com/siren. You'll get up to 40 minutes with an advisor for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. You don't have to use it all in one session. You can spread those minutes out across multiple advisors to see who you truly resonate with. They also donate 1% of your purchase to charity at no extra cost to you. Oh, and yes, I do get paid for this promo, so when you sign up with Psychic Source, you're feeding a perpetually hungry, slightly dramatic psychic, that'd be me, and funding my next impulsive crystal purchase. As you can see, the channel needs some new crystals. But that's all for now. Thank you again to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. So getting back to your pile selection, you can either pick your pile based off your own zodiac sign or based on the pile you're most drawn to. So for pile number 1, we have Lapis Lazuli with the 2 of Pentacles reverse. Then for pile 2, we have Malachite with the Knight of Wands. And for pile 3, we have Lepolite with the 8 of Wands showing up reverse. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. So once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, then I'll see you at your reading. Hi pile 1, if you chose the Lapis Lazuli crystal and the 2 of Pentacles reversed, then this is your reading. We're going to be revealing your future partner to you, and we're going to be taking a look at their physical look and personality. So in the first section of the reading, we're going to basically just pull cards and see what comes through, and then in the second portion of the reading, I'm going to be channeling using my clairvoyance to see what additional information I can get about them, and then I will write it down for you. So let's go ahead and shuffle your cards. Please be mindful that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. So you can set intentions in your mind about like the type of love you maybe want to attract while I shuffle your cards, or just kind of like imagining the energy of love emanating from your heart chakra while I shuffle the cards so that we get the highest vibrational energies possible. So, Spirit Guides of Pile 1, tap me into the energy of their future partner. And please show me who their future partner is in physical appearance and personality. Who is their future partner in physical appearance and personality? We have the Hanged Man reverse. So I'm noticing a common theme in both of these photos. This man has gray hairs and a gray beard. So for some of you that could be applicable, not for everybody. Or someone that is maybe more mature looking. Then we have the Ace of Cups. We have the Four of Wands. I'm seeing more of a tan to darker skin complexion. Then we have the Three of Wands reverse. Also a mature woman. I don't think that's for everybody because here in both of these images we see more younger person. So I guess just take it how it resonates as per your own age as well. Obviously, if you're in your 20s, unless you're like wanting an older person, then I don't think that will come through. But even if you are young in age, let's say you're in your 20s or 30s, maybe this person's a few years older than you. Of course, this wouldn't necessarily be an extreme age gap unless you are specifically looking for that. But I don't know, I guess I don't want to go too far into that energy, but I guess whatever preferences people have, as long as it's not too much of an age gap where it's a little bit weird. Okay, so I see darker hair as well. We see brown, black hair here. Straight eyebrows, or like softer arched eyebrows where they're not too arched, more straight or curved in some way. Almond eyes that aren't so big but aren't that small either, like maybe in the middle or on the smaller side, like in terms of horizontal width. Maybe there's more of an elongation to the eye vertically, if that makes sense. I see small to medium shaped lips, a great fashion style sense, more of a glowy skin tone, complexion, not skin tone, but like more of a glowy kind of feel to the skin. I don't see this skin being dry in any way. I do see mainly brown eyes here in this pile or darker eyes. But the blue here is also reminding me of blue eyes. Or like a bluish green, like with this background. We do also see curly hair here for some. Or there could be like sort of a wave to the hair. Like in these images. More of a stronger, wider nose. And nice cheekbones. So in terms of what I see with the personality so far, I do see that this person is a very committed person. They are someone that loves hard, and when they love a person, they commit, they're loyal. I hear that they are a deep and passionate lover where they will love that person for eternity. They would want to keep that person in their life forever and commit to them forever. I see that they're a very devoted lover. And the kind of passionate lover that always brings fun into your connection, always tries to make you laugh or smile or happy in some way, and always tries to make the dates fun in some way and interesting, whether it's, you know, the conversations you're having or a place you go to. I see that this person could hike a lot, could be more active, could have more of an active lifestyle, could go to the gym a lot. This person is more of a go with the flow person. They're not someone that plans out their whole life, but they are a very heart-centered person and a good communicator. I don't think they're at the place where they have full financial stability yet, but they could be working towards that because I see them being the type of person that dedicates themselves towards something. The only thing I see here is that maybe planning or structure could really help them, though I don't think this person is someone that often has structure in their life. They're sort of like a flowy person where they more so do what they're passionate about in the moment, then plan ahead and, make to-do lists and all those kind of things. So I guess they're more of a type B personality. I do see that they are someone that is emotional. Not too emotional or moody. They can sometimes be unstable when they go through like heartbreak or loss or pain, but I think most of the time they're pretty calm emotionally, and they're the type of person that's very giving and affectionate in a way where when they really love someone, they will like want to show a lot of affection physically. They will like want to say a lot of like romantic things to the person, to you in the future. So show me their physical appearance and personality, please, their future partner. Next, we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Hermit. So we do see Virgo energy and Pisces energy showing up so far. We have the King of Wands. Also maybe some fire sign energy. And water sign energy, King of Cups. Okay. Okay, so I do see that this person is not very superstitious. They sort of believe more in facts and science. They could have spiritual or religious beliefs, but they're not like a superstitious kind of person, and they often don't believe in those kind of things. That's a little bit random, but that's what I'm picking up about them. They can be shy at times, a little bit withdrawn, but I feel like their true nature is very communicative and chatty. However, when they first meet a person, they can come across as a little bit shy or nervous to speak to that person. Questioning, should I say this, should I not? Being a little bit awkward at first in a cute way. But I feel like they will do that with you because they like you so much that they almost come across that way at first, but they actually are a very like chatty person once you get to know them. This person possibly has a medium to high sex drive, and I see that they are very in touch with their emotional side, their sensitive side, which is a great thing to see. I also think that this person knows how to be alone and has been single for a very long time. They've been putting themselves out there and dating and love, going on dates with people, but not really feeling that spark or that kind of chemistry or that kind of feeling of this is the person I want to be with. This person has felt a little bit blocked in love and has kind of given up on finding love at the moment because they've been single for a few years now or a few months now, where it kind of just feels like they've given up on hope on finding love. But I think the reason why they've been single for so long is because the universe has kind of, or God has kind of been like blocking off other love offers or other love paths to kind of keep this person for you specifically. And I think some of those situations, the universe or God was kind of protecting them because maybe that person just wasn't good for them, didn't have the best intentions, or just wasn't meant to be part of their path. And I feel like the universe is kind of keeping this person single for you, for that right moment where you guys get to meet. When this person meets you, I find that they're going to be very sexually attracted to you. They're going to find you very alluring, magnetic, beautiful, or handsome. And they're going to see you as the person they want to be with. They're going to feel that spark instantly, but they're also going to question it and doubt it at the same time. You know that song, When You Know You Know, something like that, Lana Del Rey. I don't know if that's the actual song title, but that's what I'm hearing in my mind's eye. So it's reminding me of, when you first meet a person and it's not like love at first sight, but you kind of have this feeling of, this is the person I've been waiting for. And then you start to doubt it and be like, okay, maybe I'm just thinking delusional or having wishful thinking. And I see this person being in that mind state when they meet you or going through that kind of thought process. I see that this is a very patient person. I see that they're more introverted. They kind of mind their business and keep to themselves. And I do think this person has had some trauma that they've experienced, potentially trigger warning, sexual abuse or something like that. But this happened a very long time ago, and I do get that they are healing from it, if that is the case, or just trauma in general. I also see that this person is building themselves up, building up their self-confidence, building up their career at the moment, just building their own personality in a way. I see that this person is very self-aware. They have gone on a journey of finding themselves, so they know who they are. They're not like, looking for relationships to kind of fill a hole inside their heart. You know what I mean? I see that this person is like on a healing journey. They're very self-aware. They know themselves and they know how to be alone. They're not like constantly in relationships just to feel whole, which is a green flag. I see that this person's very calm emotionally and they don't really get angry very easily unless it's like an extreme situation where someone hurts them or betrays them, like someone they trusted. But other than that, I see that they're pretty calm emotionally. And if somebody else messes with a loved one, because I see them being a very protective person and I see them being very protective over you and potentially future family, if that happens, if it goes to that level like of seriousness, this connection. But with a 10 of Pentacles, this could be a serious long-term connection and you could have this person in your life for a long time. And there could potentially be like marriage, kids, if that's something you want. I do see that this is a family-orientated person. So we have the 6 of Wands reverse, 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords reverse, and Knight of Swords. I do see that this person has trust issues, potentially from things they've experienced in the past. I do also see that they're more of a go-getter personality. When they want something with someone, they just go after that person, even though there is a little bit of shyness and skepticalness. I don't think that's even a word. They still go for what they want, which is a great thing to see. Even in their career, I don't think they're at that place of success yet with the 6 of Wands reverse, but they are working towards some kind of stability at the moment. And I do see that they would want to provide for you if they're a man. If they're a woman, maybe they are looking for their own independence, but also someone with stability, financial stability, of course, or someone that's working towards that at least. They are a very ambitious, goal-orientated person, but they don't put all their time and energy into their goals. They also, make time for fun, for family. They're not necessarily a workaholic per se, but they are ambitious in some way. For some of you, I get that this person is close. You could meet them around October, fall season, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, I think it's called. Like if you're in the US, then around like fall season could be the time you meet them, because I'm seeing like fall leaves in my mind's eye. Not just because of this, I'm seeing it in my mind's eye, and I'm seeing pumpkins in my mind's eye, which is making me think of like now October's time or fall season. If you're in the southern hemisphere, then perhaps it could be your next fall, your next autumn. But yeah, I did do a reading on like when and where you will meet them. So if you want to check out that reading, I did it like 4 months ago. You can check it out. I'll try to remember to link it in this video. So for some of you, this person could have bangs in their hair, could have very like perfect shaped eyebrows or thicker eyebrows too. I am seeing like broader shoulders on a man, but I'm also seeing like a man that's kind of like has a medium muscle size, not like bold muscle, but like a medium muscular size. And I'm seeing a man that's skinnier. And for women, I'm seeing the body shape that's kind of like a little bit slim but curvy at the same time, like not necessarily slim thick, but like there's curve to her body, maybe medium to bigger breasts, and curve to the hips, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'd say hourglass figure, but maybe not hourglass figure if it's not that for everybody. Maybe for some of you it's like pear shape or something where there's like a little bit of curve to the shape. That's what I see. I see someone that maybe prefers more of a natural look. Like I said, bangs are coming up twice here. Or fringe or side fringe. There's mostly dark hair showing up in this pile in the cards and light brown hair too, brunette. I'm hearing classy women. And if they're a man, they could have this facial expression on their face where their eyebrows like have these lines here, if you know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know if it's called a furrowing, but yeah, I hope you get what I mean. I'm seeing like natural looking nails that are short to medium length. Is glossy eyes the right word? Like I'm seeing eyes that um aren't so dry but kind of like look like they have moisture in them. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but like that's what I see. I also see that this person doesn't have a big ego, which is great to see. So I'm going to remove these cards and now I'm going to channel some extra information about this person physically, personality-wise, and write it down for you. Okay, so let's take a look at what I can channel about this person. Spirit, please show me this person, their future spouse, not future spouse, future partner's physical appearance and personality traits. So I'm seeing that this person is more of a dreamer. I'm seeing like shooting stars. So there's someone that dreams big when it comes to their goals, their wishes. Maybe they're also wishing for love right now, like hoping for some kind of miracle. They feel like someone that is expansive with a positive mindset. And I feel like they will be expansive to you. They're not restrictive in some way. I don't feel like this person's going to hold you back in love. In fact, they're actually going to help you grow. Not in a painful way of like lessons, but in an expansive, empowering way. Though they are expansive and positive, they have been struggling to stay positive about love. And then I was gonna write, will bring you growth. Again, I see someone with like a provider energy if they're a man, or someone that's looking for someone with security. And then if you are a woman and you're interested in men, whenever you are on your menstrual cycle, I see this man being very gentle with you, like maybe getting you menstrual products, chocolate, etc. I also see this person spoiling you a lot, not just materially, but also with kisses, love, and affection. I see that this person's very intelligent, capable, with a lot of knowledge. They can be a little bit private as well, and complex, also compassionate. I also heard art, so maybe they are creative. I also heard join my memberships. I'm just joking, but seriously, join my memberships if you like my reading. Again, in my mind's eye, I'm seeing someone that's active because I'm seeing a bicycle, so they could cycle a lot. They could be in a transitional stage of their life right now where they're kind of like choosing between two different directions of paths. I feel like after they choose this path and they complete this like transitional stage, that could be potentially when they meet you. I'm seeing a very open heart chakra and crown chakra, so this person could have a strong intuition whether they realize that or not. And I am seeing that Spirit is saying this person is closer than you think. Though Spirit wants you to keep your heart open to love. So in my mind's eye, I'm seeing bigger breasts. And that's if you're attracted to women, of course. I see someone that likes candles a lot. I see someone with kind of like a cute smile, like light brown hair and fair skin in my mind's eye. I know that contradicts what I said earlier, but we have so many people watching, so please be patient with me. I also see someone that could potentially travel a lot or want to travel, or could come from a different country than you, or something like that. Different culture, race, maybe even. I see a man that's almost like tall and lanky. I see a woman with a square-shaped face. Dark hair, like black hair, fair skin, short. And I see her kind of like having maybe like more of an alt kind of aesthetic, and also being curvy. If my spelling's wrong, sorry, like I'm just channeling and writing fast, and yeah, usually my handwriting's neater than this, but I'm just trying to write fast. I'm now seeing a woman. I'm seeing like two different women in my mind's eye. The first woman I'm seeing has like tan skin, brunette hair, almost like a model-like appearance. Skinny and on the taller side. I'm seeing her in like a bikini. She looks good in a bikini. Then I'm seeing a woman that looks a little bit mixed or racially ambiguous in my mind's eye. I don't know if she's mixed or light skin, but I'm seeing that. And she has very curly hair and like a glow to her skin. Like very, very, very curly hair. I don't want to say it looks like an afro, but kinda. It's not really an afro. It's like very curly, and then I see like a glow to her skin. There's almost like a sun-kissed look to her in some way. Now I'm seeing a separate person with freckles and ginger hair, or brunette, like light brown hair with like hazel eyes. I'm seeing this version of a person, man and woman. Okay, is there anything else about their personality? Oh, I'm seeing someone that loves makeup if they're a woman. I'm seeing someone that's competitive and sporty. Maybe has a sporty athletic build as well. Okay, so that is where I'm going to leave your reading. Hopefully this resonated with you. You can always take a screenshot of this, write notes of what I said in the reading, like the video, comment, see if it comes true, and maybe in a few months, if this does, come to fruition, I'd love to see feedback on that, and just if this sounds like the type of person you want to be with. So yeah, let me know how you resonated with this down in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Hi, Pal 2. If you chose the Malachite Crystal and the Knight of Wands card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at your future partner revealed, their physical look, and personality. So in the first section of the reading, we're going to use tarot, and I'll tell you about what I see physically and about their personality. Then in the second half of the reading, we're going to channel, and I'm going to use my clairvoyance to see what additional information I can get about them. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. And you can set the intention of either the type of love you want to attract while I shuffle, or you can just sort of imagine love emanating from your heart chakra to attract the highest form of love. Okay. So, Spirit Guides of Pile 2, please tap me into the energy of their future partner. Please show me, who is their future partner? What do they look like? And what is their personality like? What do they look like, and what is their personality like? So I'm seeing someone that's kind of like a Casanova. I don't know what the women version of that would be, but regardless of gender, like if you're attracted to men, women, I just see someone that almost knows how to almost sweep you off your feet, or if not sweep you off your feet, be swept off their feet by you. There's just something about them being very flirtatious, very charming. They know the right words to say. It's almost like the things they say to you will just make you fall for them very hard, even if you don't want to. And I'm seeing them like be very passionate as a lover, where the things they say to you almost feel like they warm your heart up. I see this being like a very spicy, passionate person in the bedroom, like, if you get what I mean. I feel like you guys will be very compatible there, and something about this person just pleasing you in the bedroom is what I see. So we have the King of Cups, and I see you truly being fulfilled in this connection, though I do think that this person does also have a cocky, egotistical side to them, but I feel like that's what you will be attracted to in them. I do also get that they will know how to make you laugh, and sometimes might have a little bit of a lighthearted energy about them, where they sometimes, like in moments where it's serious, like you're having a serious conversation, then they make a joke and it kind of annoys you a little bit, but you laugh at it. I see that type of energy. Eight of Swords. But I do think that this person will kind of like take up a lot of space in your heart, and even if you try to not fall for them fast, you're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, what's happening to me, because like I'm falling so hard and fast for this person. And it may make you feel like not unsafe, but it may be like an uncomfortable feeling of like, I'm falling way too fast for this person. And in the beginning, you might want to like pull back a little bit to almost protect yourself, because you don't like the fact that you're falling too hard or fast for this person. So Temperance, Four of Wands. Okay, so we see blonde hair in the cards. We see dark curly brown hair. We see variations of different skin tones, light, medium, dark. We see an alt kind of look here. Dark lipstick. I'm seeing like red lipsticks, pink lipsticks. I'm seeing tattoos. If they're a man, they could have sharp jawline, or nice cheekbones. I see beard and no beard. Short hair. Eyebrows that kind of like go up at the front, like we see in this image here. I don't know why I'm seeing Justin Bieber in my mind's eye, so maybe there's a kind of like Justin Bieber look. I'm not saying you will be with Justin Bieber, so please maybe they just have like a similar look or energy to Justin Bieber in some way. Anyways, I'm seeing somebody that likes to wear high heels, gold jewelry, and I'm seeing the image of Cupid in my mind's eye. So perhaps you and this person will both feel like you've been shot by Cupid in some way, like almost like drunken love in a way, like you can't control how you're feeling, like the love is making you dizzy but feel high at the same time even though you're completely sober. That's the feeling this love is bringing me as a reader. I do think there is potential for a long-term serious connection here with the Four of Wands and Temperance. It may not seem that way at first. You might almost think that, like, at first it's not going to last that long, but then this person almost surprises you. This person is someone that is in touch with their emotional side, but I think they have sort of like a tough exterior where you won't see that at first. They only show their emotional side to those they're closest to, with the Eight of Swords next to the King of Cups. For some of you, could be a stoner because I'm smelling like a weed smell. That's not for everybody. I'm seeing a shorter person in my mind's eye, like a shorter woman or shorter man, but in my mind's eye, I'm seeing a shorter woman specifically. I'm also seeing an eccentric, bold fashion style, kind of like unique, not someone that dresses to fit in. They dress in a like unique way. I also see like flowy fabrics, not tight-fitting clothes on a woman, and then I see like a man with like a button-up shirt where it's kind of like loose and not buttoned all the way up. So next we have the Nine of Swords reverse with the Queen of Cups. And we have Justice. So this person does have a lot of anxiety and fears, though they do come across and portray themselves in their image to the world as fearless and bold and almost like this adrenaline junkie, I hear. But on the inside, they're actually a very fearful, can be pessimistic at times, and can have anxiety at times. With both the Eight of Swords and Nine of Swords here, this is emphasized here, where they have a lot of anxiety but pretend they don't. They also pretend they don't have feelings even though they do deep down. I see this person and you being like a match for each other in some way with a King of Cups, Queen of Cups here, regardless of gender. Even if you're from the LGBTQ plus community, there's just something about you kind of being a match for each other, being very similar to each other in some way. And even if you're not similar on every level, you will see a lot of yourself in this person. So you may have some similar traits, similar way of viewing things, similar mindsets, values. This person is also someone that's honest. Sometimes they kind of sugarcoat what they want to say, but they're still honest because they don't want to hurt the person's feelings. They're not like a brutally honest person. Especially with women, they're like that. So whether they're a man or woman, I see them being softer with women and a lot more blunt and honest with men. Like less scared to hurt men's feelings, more scared to hurt women's feelings. So, for example, let's say this is a woman and she's talking to a man. She could maybe be a lot harsher with her words, a lot more dominant. Whereas when she talks to her female friend, she's a lot more softer with her words. Whereas maybe this is a man, he can say whatever he wants to his friends. And when it comes to women, he's just a lot softer and more gentle. That's the type of energy I see with them. I don't know how that's applicable, but I'm seeing it in the reading. I see somebody that is trustworthy and somebody that wants to be able to learn to trust again. This person is very compassionate. They will always be there for someone close to them that's hurting or going through something. They will always want to offer their support, and they're that kind of person that worries about a person, like if they got home safe, if they're okay, if they're going through something, you know. I see them being very compassionate to those closest to them. Maybe not to strangers, maybe sometimes, but it's more so towards the people closest to them. Not saying they don't care about strangers, but I hope you get what I mean. We have the Page of Swords showing up reverse. We have the Page of Wands upright. So with all these pages here, this could be someone younger in age. So pages are usually someone that's under 35, if I'm not mistaken. Four of Cups, we have Seven of Swords. And if you're over the age of 35 and you're not particularly looking for someone that young, then maybe this person could be like a year or two younger than you or something like that. Or if they're not young, maybe they could just have this young at heart energy about them or mentality. So Four of Cups, Seven of Swords, King of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, reverse. The one red flag I do see about your future partner, which not everybody's perfect, but you can choose if you want this type of person. If you listen to this and you're like, I don't want this is a deal breaker, then say to the universe, God, whatever you believe in, sorry, universe, I don't want this kind of person. Please bring me someone different. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to change your course of action. Just because I see it here in the future doesn't mean you're bound to it. Anyways, I see a little bit of a red flag here where this person can sometimes get bored easily in relationships. And as a result of that, I think there can be some immaturity here in those moments where maybe, let's say you get into an argument, for example, and they just decide to go out for the night drinking, come home the next morning, and it's like you don't know where they've been. You don't know what they even did like while they were gone. Or let's say this person gets bored at some point during the relationship, and then they kind of like need their space in that moment and need to kind of just be on their own in that moment. I see that this person doesn't like clinginess, and when I think that they might have a little bit of like an avoidant side to them. I don't think they're fully in that avoidant attachment, because I do see that they care a lot, but I see that this person can kind of just like not like clinginess, and when a person's clingy with them, it almost makes them want to run away or like stop communicating with that person. And so this is not for everybody, but this might be the type of person that kind of like flirts with everybody and doesn't kind of like know where the line or boundary is. So if this is a man, I see like messy kind of hair, where it's not messy in a bad way, but it's kind of like not perfect looking in a way. It's not like perfect looking in a styled way. I see thicker brows for the men. Maybe a prominent Adam's apple. Larger forehead. For women, I see thinner eyebrows, bigger eyes. More of a square-shaped, diamond-shaped face. For men, I see like more of a square, oval-shaped face, like a mix of both. Like a longer square shaped face, if that makes sense. For women, I see, like how I said before, diamond and square shaped face. But I don't think the bottom of the jaw is so wide. I see a dimple. I see that again, like big eyes. There could be like a sparkle in their eyes, very beautiful eyes. I see longer hair on women with like curls at the bottom of the hair. Either she styles it like this or it's naturally like that. Though I do also see straight hair. I see some kind of mole by the cheek area or beauty mark or something like that. I see that she could have naturally longer lashes, or she could like to do her lashes in some way, whether she puts them on herself or goes to a lash tech or something. I see that. I see a very beautiful voice that's almost melodic on a woman, and then I see more of a raspy voice on a man. I see like a lot of physical bodily strength on a man. And hairy arms and hands. That's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. I think this person is very optimistic, cheerful, almost like has so much life within them. They're a go-getter. They're fun to be around, but they can also be a little bit nosy at times and like to be in other people's business at times and hear about like other people, what's going on in other people's lives. Like, let's say somebody else is fighting next door. They're going to want to like eavesdrop and hear what the fight is about. I do also think this person can be a little bit toxic with their words in arguments and fights. So I guess you're going to have to like have strong boundaries with this person of like what the line is. You know what I mean? So let's get your last cards. Then we're going to channel your messages. So we have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Cups. And we have the Emperor. This person has been disappointed in love before. And sometimes they don't feel good enough when it comes to their career. They are somebody that is building towards some kind of like wealth. They want wealth. They want money. And I think right now they're in a stage of like either going into entrepreneurship, looking at ways they can make more money. Something about that is showing up right now. I'll be honest, this person does have a little bit of a victim complex where sometimes they cry in certain situations where they're not the victim. Like, let's say they have an argument with someone and they start the argument and they say some effed up shit. Sorry for my language, but yeah. And then they go and say something to that person and that person says something worse back and then they start crying, but they're the one that started the fight. That could be an example of the energy. So yeah, I do see a little bit of red flags with this person, but the rest of their personality seems very good to me. So I guess it would just depend on if this is a deal breaker to you or not. And like I said, you're not bound to the energy. I'm just reading the energy I see here. This person will want more of a long-term relationship, and this person is someone that values stability and security. But also emotional stability in people. They're not someone that like wants to be with someone that is constantly going through something, because although they're compassionate, it's kind of like exhausting to deal with a person that's like chaotically emotional and moody all the time and like all over the place, you know what I mean? So that's what I see about them. Now let me remove these cards and channel for you guys. Okay, so I was immediately hearing paranormal activity, so maybe they like horror movies. Don't mind the first part, that was pile one's energy. Okay, I'm hearing big frame. Especially by the arms, by the chest, if they're a man. I'm seeing them also for men, but could be for a woman too. Chest and shoulders. Like I'm specifically seeing broad shoulders. They could also have a large appetite, is what I'm hearing. I'm also hearing subscribe to my member. I'm just kidding. Sign up to my member though. I'm seeing someone that's very protective over their loved ones. I'm seeing like those guards, you know, in the olden days in like castles where they had like guards. I'm seeing that. So they could be like very protective over their loved ones in some way. I'm also seeing someone that likes anime and series, like likes to binge watch series. Maybe they like movies, series, stuff like that. But I don't think that they're necessarily always wanting to be at home like a typical homebody. I think that they're kind of like a mix of being introverted and extroverted, just depending on how they feel in the moment. I see that they are someone that keeps promises and keeps their word. And if they're not able to, then they would be upfront about it and say, look, I know I promised you this, but it's going to take time for me, or, you know, I won't be able to offer this right now, but I can do this. I see that they will always make it up, though, if they can't, and they'll be upfront about it. And if they can't make the promise, then they'd be like, I don't want to make a promise to you and disappoint you. But I can try. Like, I see that kind of energy with them. I hear dominant, so they could have more of a dominant personality. I also hear the word escapism and nurturing. They are a little bit indecisive at times, because I'm seeing someone choose between two objects and they can't choose. And they are someone that's looking for more permanent relationships that have longevity to it. They could be into COD, that game. I'm seeing that shooting game. Is it COD? I don't really know. I'm also seeing a sweet tooth because I'm seeing like cakes and donuts and stuff like that. I'm seeing someone that is trying to grow and become a better person. If they are a woman, they could have a nice booty, because I just heard booty. Maybe it's nice, maybe it's round, maybe it's big. I don't really know, but I just heard booty. This person is also trying to cut out negative, toxic people in their life, and just bad habits at the moment. So they are trying to become a better person, which is a good thing. I mean, no one's really perfect, but as long as they can be self-aware and know what to work on, that's a great thing to see. I see that they could have a little bit of a nerdy side to them, but they don't always show it like immediately to others. This person will treat you like a queen or king. And again, there's like some kind of ego here, But I also see them putting a ring on your finger. So if you're a woman or vice versa, if you're a man, maybe you'll put a ring on this person's finger if you're attracted to women, or if you're an LGBTQ plus community, then maybe just take it how it resonates, whether you're a man, woman. Okay, so putting a ring. I'm just gonna write ring. I see that this person will make you laugh a lot. And even when you're mad at each other, you can't stay mad at each other for long. I'm seeing a woman that is very confident in her sexuality. She kind of seems more on the medium to tall height. And I see more of a slimmer build with darker skin. I'm seeing a man that is kind of buff in a way, has like a larger kind of body type, short to medium height, brown hair, lighter skin, like a medium light skin, and I'm seeing him be like very sweet. I'm also seeing someone caress your cheek. I'm seeing someone that loves nature and being outdoors. I'm seeing a woman with blonde hair now and a big smile, big eyes, maybe freckles. I'm not gonna write it because I see a variation without freckles and with freckles. I see like rosy cheeks on her, and I see her just being like a very cheerful, optimistic person, almost like sunshine in human form. I see someone that likes fast food. I see a warm personality. I'm also seeing red hair, like more fair skin. Let me see what else I can get. Hopefully you can see the bottom of the page there. I'm seeing you potentially have a kid with this person. And I see this person like spoiling you on like special occasions like Valentine's Day anniversaries. If you're a woman, I see this person like constantly buying you flowers. I'm just going to tear off the page and move it up so that you can see here. So I'm going to write spoil you. They could be someone that is very unique and different from most people. And they could always smell good. I'm hearing someone say cheerio in like a British accent. I feel like I got a lot of feminine energy. I want to see if I can get anything like masculine, like in terms of look. I'm seeing a man with long hair. I'm seeing him have darker hair, like a brown color. And I'm seeing him kind of be on the taller side. And I'm also seeing he has like this smile that will almost melt your heart. Kind of has a little bit of that skater boy look, but not really. Like he doesn't dress that way, but he kind of has that look. I also see a man that is darker in skin complexion. He has like a very soft demeanor about him. He like seems very in touch with his emotional side. And he seems like very sweet. He has like shorter hair. I don't really know how to explain the hairstyle I'm seeing on him. But I'd say it's shorter. And then I'm getting that you and this person have a past life connection. I'm also seeing that they could go on walks with their dog. It could have a dog. Okay, so that is where I'm going to leave the reading. You're more than welcome to take a screenshot of this if you want, to write down like what you remember from what I said and see if it comes true, you know, in a few months. Maybe like this video, comment if this sounds like someone you want to be with. And maybe in a few months, if this does come true, let me know down in the comments because I love to hear things like that. So yeah, thank you for watching. I really hope this reading resonated with you and I hope I gave you the information you wanted. So please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching and I can't wait to see you next time. Hi Pile 3, if you chose the Lepolite crystal and the Eight of Wands reversed, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at your future partner revealed, and we're going to be taking a look at their physical look and their personality. So in the first section of the reading, we're going to take a look at your tarot cards, and I'll tell you everything I see there. Then after that, we're going to channel, and I'm going to use my clairvoyance and write down everything I see for you. So let's get started with your reading. What you can do is set an intention to only receive the highest form of love through this reading, and to sort of manifest that in your future, and to just imagine the energy of the highest form of love as I shuffle your cards. So spirit guides of Pile 3, please tap me into the energy of their future partner. Who is my Pile 3's future partner? So the first thing I see is they're very similar to what you're wishing for or what you want in love. They sort of match up to that, but Spirit is telling me not to say they're exactly what you want. There may be some things that are a little bit off. Maybe they're not perfectly what you want in every way. Like maybe they have one or two traits you don't particularly like, but the rest of it matches up to what you want. And I think the reason why Spirit is saying it like that is because Spirit doesn't want you to have expectations that are maybe unrealistic. And Spirit doesn't want you to potentially push away a good person, maybe just because they have one or two traits you don't like. Of course, if they're deal breakers, then, you know, that's valid, but I get that Spirit wants you to be open and realistic about the types of love you can attract. Not realistic to the point where you settle for less than you deserve, but I mean realistic in your approach where you're not too picky when it comes to love. I don't know if I'm picking up on a particularly picky pile, but that's what I'm picking up on immediately. So in my mind's eye, well, when I pulled cards, I wanted to pull 2 male cards, 1 female card, and then in the actual piles, I channeled men and women, but I know that there are less men that watch my reading, so I put 1 woman card. So I intended that maybe more men would watch this pile, but in my mind's eye, I was seeing 2 women kiss, so maybe some of you watching are also lesbians or bi. Okay, let's see what comes through in the cards. Though, if you watch this and you're a woman and you're straight, and you were just drawn to this pile, then, you know, I'm going to mention women and men either way. Okay, we have the Four of Wands. We have the Page of Swords reverse. So I hear that this person's very playful and fun, very cheerful and optimistic. Five of Swords reverse and the Page of Pentacles reverse. They are someone that comes across as shy, a little bit less talkative and chatty, more of a listener than a speaker. They can be a little bit quiet at times, especially when they're shy, but I feel like they open up and get out of their shell with those they're closest to. I do also think that this person is very wary and cautious of others, and they could have been homeschooled or something, but I get that they're very shy around people at first, and they don't always trust people at first. They're very cautious. I do also think that this person is a good judge of character. And sometimes when they don't trust a person and they get a strong gut feeling to not trust a specific person, they will sort of become very nosy, internet stalk that person and see what's going on. And then they will get their confirmations like, oh, I thought this person was like this and I was right. You know, something about that's coming through. I do also think that they like gossip and they like hearing about what's going on in other people's lives. They don't like drama in their own life, but that's what I see. They just like hearing about other people's drama. I do also see that this is a committed, loyal person. This is someone you're going to take it slow with. They're someone that likes to take relationships slow, sometimes to the point where you may even wonder if they even like you. They do, but I get that they're just very shy, so they hold back a lot, especially when they really like a person. They're like very nervous in front of that person, and it's like hard for them to talk to that person. You and this person may text a lot in the beginning of your relationship, but I don't feel like that's for everybody. Spirit is saying in this pile, take each message with a grain of salt. Don't hold on to every message tightly because there's so many of you watching, and maybe some of you could accidentally take a message and apply that too literally, where you almost don't let a person in because they're not like how I described. So I guess keep an open mind to the traits I described, but don't hold on so tightly to it where you almost like expect the person to be exactly like that, because sometimes they may even not show up like that in first impression, but maybe they're like that deep down even. So yeah, I guess Spirit just wants you to give people chances because you never know what type of love you will meet. Even in friendship form, like be open to different types of love and different forms of love. This person could be a bookworm, could be more of a homebody, more of an introvert, but once they get drunk, they can be the life of the party, even though they're usually shy sober. And then people are like, where did the side of this person come out? Like, I love that side of them. I see people saying that. We have the Magician reverse. We have the Three of Pentacles reverse. So this person has cut out a lot of manipulative, toxic people out of their life. And they could be in that phase of not wanting that anymore, wanting healthier relationships for themselves. I also think they've had relationships with people where they were incompatible with them, friendship or romantic, even family, and they just didn't mesh well with those types of people, but I feel like you and them will be a lot more compatible in some way. I hear that this person is a soulmate of yours, and I don't always say that in these kind of future lover readings, but I literally heard soulmate. So we have the Hierophant reverse, the Empress, and the Four of Cups upright. Some of you may have this misperception of this person or may misunderstand this person when you first meet them, where you think they're one way but they're actually another. So I keep getting a message to give them a chance, to not make judgments about people too quickly when you first meet them. To sort of give them a chance or opportunity to prove themselves or to show what type of person they are. Okay? I see that this person is someone that is very beautiful physically, but they don't always believe it. They're very meek and shy in personality, and they're so meek and shy and quiet that sometimes people often forget they're there. It's like they sort of blend into the background. They're a very soft, gentle person, very nurturing. They can get bored easily, and when they're bored, they tend to like do things that will be interesting to them, like their hobbies. I feel like they get bored with routine easily. And if a conversation isn't interesting to them, they will want to like change the subject. This is someone that is a quick learner, and you don't need to tell them something twice. They will remember it the first time. Okay, next we have the Ten of Swords. And we have the Seven of Swords. So this person has been betrayed before in love, and I think they cut somebody out. You have the Six of Wands reverse. We have the Page of Cups reverse, the Star reverse, the Devil reverse, and the Page of Wands upright. So they could have, for some of you, brown hair with like a reddish tint to it, like in the sun. If they're a man, I see bigger muscles. If they're a woman, they could be physically fit or more, what I'm seeing is like a shorter woman that is almost like very petite and dainty. And then I'm seeing a woman that is fit where she has like a nice big round booty, like a nice like bigger thighs where it's like muscle that she's built. Like she has muscle on her back as well. That's what I see. I'm just looking at the different cards here. I'm also seeing blue eyes, black hair. Ooh, as I said that, I heard a ringing in my ear, so that's applicable for a lot of you. I even see like platinum blonde hair or dyed hair, like dyeing their hair different colors, like light pink, kind of crazy colors. I see piercings as well. I see more of an oval shaped face. I see dreads or braids in my mind's eye. I see like a rosy tint to the cheeks, if that makes sense. I keep seeing like longer faces, more oval shaped faces, and maybe heart shaped faces. I even see like angular features or sharper features. I'm seeing a woman with a smaller chest area. Now I'm hearing that song, If I Back It Up, Is It Bad Enough? So something like about a big booty showing up for someone here. I'm seeing that in my mind's eye. I'm also seeing sad eyes. Like something about their eyes almost seems sad even when they're not sad. They could have like resting sad face. They could be a very passionate person with a medium to high sex drive. And your sex life is gonna feel like fireworks in some way. That's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. You're gonna be very attracted to this person and they are gonna be to you. And there's also something about sexual compatibility between the two of you. This person may sometimes not always know how to admit when they're wrong or apologize. And I do also think that sometimes they can fall into pessimism, but I don't feel like they're pessimistic all the time. That's just like in moments when they feel like giving up or when they're just like hopeless in a way. Like when something bad is happening in their life, they can tend to fall into that mindset. But most of the time, they're a pretty positive, happy, cheerful person. I do think that they're not someone with a big ego and they don't get embarrassed easily. And sometimes this person doesn't realize when people are being passive aggressive towards them, where they're just like kind to the person back, not realizing that person's being passive aggressive. I see that this person also deals with conflict in a way that's very mature and they like to take the high road. They don't like to be petty or get on that person's level. In fact, they don't like conflict and maybe are even afraid of conflict. This person can be very demanding at times with what they want, a little bit entitled, but they believe what they want is what they want. But I feel like this person just has like this overall soft, sort of melancholic vibe to the way they are, but then also optimistic, just depending on what they're going through. And then they also have like this vibe to them that is very like whimsical in some way. I feel like you could be in a bad mood and this person would cheer you up. I see them being that type of person, and I see them being physically affectionate. I see them like tickling you a lot to something. And I see someone that plucks their eyebrows and maybe is a little bit of a shopaholic. Okay, so I'm going to remove these cards and now I'm going to channel for you. Okay, so Spirit, show me who is my pile 3's future lover. Okay, I'm seeing one door close and one door open. So you or this person may go through some kind of ending before you meet each other. And it's almost like that ending brings transformation, where when one door closes, another door opens. It's not truly an ending, but it's a door to a new beginning, making space for new energies to enter. So don't be surprised where if before you meet this person, things end in your life or theirs. That's just a sign that the universe is taking, the universal God is taking whatever is not meant to be out of your life and bringing something new. I see that they may be a foodie. I see some kind of musical talent, but a shyness with their talents. Even if it's not musical talents, I just see a shyness with their talents where they don't want to like show people that they're good at it, or even talk about it, or even show people like them singing or something. This person comes from a humble background where everything wasn't handed to them, I mean. They had to like work for things on their own since they were like a teenager or young adult. I keep seeing a petite woman in my mind's eye. I'm not really seeing anything else. Fragile is what I'm hearing. I'm not saying petite women are fragile, but I saw petite women and then I heard fragile. I see someone that is a great cook. I see someone that loves animals and nature. But they also hold on to relationships, people, things, memories. They hold on so tight that it hurts them. I see that they could have the acts of service love language and could love to cook for people as a way of like showing their love. You may also see angel numbers before you meet this person. I do have a video out on like where you'll meet your future lover. I'll try to remember to link it in this video. In the description, I mean. I see you two potentially living together in the future. Getting a home together or something. Like I see you having the key to the home. I see that you guys will give each other your own independence. You'll have your own lives outside of each other. You won't be so dependent on each other. So it's like you have your own individuality outside the connection. For some of you, not all, you could have moments where you almost break up, but you stick through it and you stay together. Like a few moments where there's a bump in the road and you almost break up, but you stay together. That's not for everybody. I know people don't like to hear that, but I'm just being honest with what I see. And even if a reader sees something in the future, you're not bound to that. You can change the outcome for yourself by being aware of it and changing it for yourself with your actions. I do see that they can be very critical at times, but critical towards themselves as well. I keep seeing some kind of interest in music. See a guitar now. I also see that they could be like good at playing games, like card games, stuff like that. Like they could always win. Okay, I'm seeing a woman with dark skin. Like a dark-skinned woman. I'm seeing her with short hair. She's kind of on the taller side, on the slimmer side. There's just something about her, like she's glowing in a way. She's just so gorgeous. Okay, show me more. I'm seeing a man that's a chef, and I'm seeing the Gemini symbol. What's that guy's name again? In Shameless, that guy with the brown hair, I'm seeing him. And it's interesting because I think he was a chef in that series or working in a restaurant or something. I'm seeing his character. So maybe a guy that like looks similar to him is coming through, but I'm also seeing like a bigger man that looks similar, like brown hair. I'm just gonna write Shameless guy because I don't know his name. I'm seeing a woman that kind of reminds me of Twiggy. Um, she doesn't really look like her, but she kind of reminds me of her. She has a gap in her tooth, like in her teeth in the front. She has like almost an olive skin tone, but not really. Like around that shade, just a little bit lighter. And I'm seeing light brown hair and big eyes with a warm smile. And I'm seeing smaller breasts. I'm seeing an Asian man that is kind of tall. He has like a sweet smile and like a sweet but shy demeanor about him. Like I see him asking you on a date and brushing his hair, brushing his hands through his hair, being like kind of nervous to ask you on a date. Like it looks so cute, the vision I'm seeing. Okay, now I'm seeing a woman with like a more tan complexion or olive skin tone as well. But this is like a darker olive skin tone, like more tan. She has very dark hair, like black hair. And there's just something super sexy about her. She also has toned abs, is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. And she always has a little bit of a like model-like beauty too. Now I'm seeing Sabrina Carpenter in my mind's eye. Maybe there's a woman that looks like Sabrina Carpenter, or has like a vibe like her, or is like short like her, and is blonde or something like that. Spirit, show me more masculine energies as well. I want like a mix of both. I'm seeing a blonde guy with longer hair. I'm hearing he's Christian or religious. And he kind of has like a surfer boy look about him, like curly blonde hair. Okay, show me another woman now, Spirit. I'm seeing a Latina woman. with light brown hair, and she kind of has like lighter highlights in her hair. She kind of looks like a baddie with the lighter highlights in the brown hair. Like, it just really suits her features really well. And I'm getting that she smells good. I'm also seeing someone wear like those heels that are like kind of pointy. Okay, is there anything else about their personality before I end off, Spirit? I see that they will want to like do little things for you the whole time. Like, let's say you want a drink, they're gonna bring you a drink. I see them doing like that for you. Let's say you want water, they're gonna bring water for you. Whatever favor you ask them, they're never gonna say no. I see a woman that loves beauty, like loves to make herself beautiful, loves makeup, loves dressing up. I see this person like holding hands with you a lot, maybe being affectionate. I also hear that they have goals. And I've been getting a lot of notifications on my phone a lot, so there may be someone that's on their phone a lot. Or text you a lot or something. I'm also seeing someone that's into photography. Okay, so that is where I'm going to leave your reading. You're more than welcome to take a screenshot of this and like write down things I maybe mentioned in the reading that you remember for future reference. Like if you do meet this person, then you can kind of like go back to it. And yeah, you're more than welcome to like the video, comment on it, come back in a few months if this does come true and let me know how it goes, because I love to see like predictions that come true. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching again, and I can't wait to see you next time.